Please come forward onto your mat and you're going to make a pillow with your hands. Rest your forehead and you'll pick up your feet and just begin to gently windshield wipe your feet from side to side. Yep, head relaxes, shoulders relax. Take in that beautiful smell of your blanket or your mat. Just allow yourself to arrive here. So to notice what it feels like to be on the ground, to be on the floor. Notice what it feels like to breathe in this shape, belly down. And can you just start to allow the things of the day to melt away? Just allowing your focus to be right here with the sensations that you're feeling and taking up space. Slow down your rocking from side to side. And you can bring your feet back to center and circle your ankles. Yeah, with your feet still up in the air. Good. And go in the other direction. Good. And then let your feet relax, knees still bent, and just wiggle your toes. Yep, wiggle your toes, stretch out your toes, make toe fists, squeeze, 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 and then open and squeeze and open and squeeze and open and squeeze. Shake them out. Good. Rock gently side to side. And then feet come back down to the mat. Yep, take a big inhale through your nose. And open mouth exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, one more time. Open mouth exhale. Relax your shoulders. Relax your glutes. And can you breathe in awareness to what your body is talking to you? How your body is talking to you? Is there a certain area that you need a little bit more love and attention? You're going to begin to bend your left knee. Give it a little squeeze in. And then flex your foot. And you're going to begin to resist as you bring your toes back down to the mat. And then imagine you had an orange behind you, and you want to squeeze that orange underneath your or behind your knee. Squeeze it in, squeeze it in, squeeze it in. Heel comes in, squeeze. And then open back up, resist. 3 more like that. Bringing your heel in towards your bum, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And open, find that active opening though. Squeeze in. And release. And squeeze it in. And hold. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Try and bring your heel closer to your bum. Yes. And then shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out. Yeah, maybe tap it out on the floor. What works? I know it's weird to like shake out one leg. Okay. Pick up both feet, windshield wiper both feet side to side. Yeah, good. Left foot comes back down. Flex your right foot. Bring your right heel towards your bum. Yeah, and then slowly resist back down. Good, squeeze it in. Yeah, back down. Squeeze it in. As best you can, try and have your foot still parallel. Like, see if you can feel that. So try having your toes not turn out. Do one more. Yeah, right. So maybe you turn them out to see what that feels like, and then you can bring it back to center. Yeah, good. And you'll squeeze it in, hold it there, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Bring the other foot in as well. Walk your knees out wide. Bring your heels together. Squeeze your heels towards each other. Squeeze. Good. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your heels. Release. And then squeeze. And release. One more. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Heels together as tight as you can. And then release. Extend your legs behind you. Tap out your feet. Readjust your hips and your knees, your thighs, so that they're hip distance apart. A little harder, a little faster. And relax. Inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Press back into child's pose. Knees can go a little wider. Big toes touch. Hips back toward your heels. Yes, and then your choice of arms, if you want to have your arms extended or alongside you, or again, make a pillow with your hands. Take some deep breaths here. You're welcome to rock your hips side to side or roll your head left and right. Good, and then slowly come back to all fours. We'll be here for a little bit, so you can pad your knees if they would feel more comfortable. And just find your way into tabletop and find some movement in tabletop. Close your eyes and just observe how the weight shifting feels in your body. Feels in your hands, the heels of your hands, your wrists. Can you press evenly into all four corners of your palms? And imagine you could kind of pull up on your mat, right? You could kind of pull, actually press the floor away from you. Pressing is a better action word. And then please tuck your toes, and you're going to slowly sit your hips back toward your heels, stretching into the bottoms of your feet. Guide your shoulders away from your ears. Yeah, good. And gently rock side to side, trying to get those pinky toes in there too. Good, stretching the feet, the toes. Good, and then please shift forward. Untuck your toes, sit your hips back toward your heels. You're gonna inhale, shift forward. You're gonna draw your knees back just a little beyond your hips. Yep, and then shift back one more time. Yeah, and then inhale, shift forward. Exhale, press it back. Close your eyes, inhale, shift forward. Keep your neck nice and long and your spine as neutral as possible. Again, shifting the weight forward and back. Notice how that feels in your hands and your knees and your feet. Draw your belly in, keep your ribs hugging in, your front ribs. And next time you come forward, pause there, and you're going to round into your spine. You can walk your knees forward if that feels better. Tailbone tucks, chin comes in, press your ribs up towards the sky. Good. Now sway a little side to side, still keeping your spine working up towards the sky. Let your head relax. Yeah, beautiful. And then begin to slowly let your belly come down. Tailbone lifts up towards the sky. Chest lifts forward. Head up towards the sky as well. Good. And then exhale round. And just move like this. Cat and cows. Focusing on the front and back of your torso. You're welcome to start adding some other movements. Honoring where your body is at today and what your body is saying to you. And sometimes it just takes that split second of movement versus listening and deciding. But here's our practice to get to know our bodies a little bit better. And then coming back to neutral, let's take it into the shoulders. You're going to bring your hands onto the outside of your mat. Yeah, bend your elbows like you got bulldog arms. Yes. Chest over to your right hand. Slide your mat across to the left. Round into your spine and make a big circle. Rotating your torso around an imaginary beach ball. Look down towards the mat. So the back of your neck is long, and then close your eyes. And here you can move in any way that feels good in your body. More forward, bigger, smaller, more hips. You can always readjust your hands to feel more stable in the bend of your elbows. Pause and reverse. And then please come back to center. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Yep, shins parallel. And please walk your hands forward. Keep your hips stacked over your knees, coming into puppy pose. So chest and face melts towards the mat. You can come onto your forehead or your chin. Long breaths in. Long breaths out. One more breath here. And you'll lift your head, walk your hands back, come to all fours. And then please tuck your toes under. You're going to lift your hips. We're in a short stance down dog. Hips come up and back into downward facing dog. Yeah. And then pedal out your feet here. Focus on stretching into the bottoms of your feet. So you can sway your hips. Yeah, let that be your focus, stretching in your feet. And then let the rest of the movement come along with that. Stretching into your toes. Even the one that stayed home. Did it stay home? Yeah. No, he went wee all the way home. Yeah, Yes, so I got it partly correct. And then please begin to walk your feet towards the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale, fold. Good. Elbows onto your thighs. So feet at least hip distance apart. Bend your knees. Yeah, good. And then let your chin come in toward your chest. And then just shake your head. Yes and no. You're welcome to stay here. Or if you like, you bring your one hand to your inner elbow and then cross the other one so that your arms are hooked and you don't have to do any work here. And then you can forward fold. You can sway side to side. You can certainly work your legs towards straight. Let your neck relax as best you can. You can always come back to that nodding forward and back. And slowly release your arms, bend into your knees, strong legs, press down into the mat, soft upper body as best you can. Tuck your tailbone and slowly roll up. Once you get to the top, roll your shoulders up and back a few times. Yes, good. You'll inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, dive forward, round into your upper back and slowly roll back down. You'll inhale, half lift, hands onto your thighs, find a nice long spine, and then exhale, fold. Bend your knees, strong legs, slowly roll up. Keep breathing. Good. Once you get to the top, roll your shoulders up and back. Good. Reach your arms forward. Palms face forward, cactus your arms, lean back. Yes. Good. Inhale, arms up. We'll dive forward, round into your chin, your upper back, mid back, and slowly lower back down. An inhale, half lift, long spine, and then exhale, round. Good. From here, we're just going to come to a seat. You can come to kneeling. You're going to find one of your blankets and fold it in half either way and come to sit on your blankets. Yeah. Yep. Perfect. You can close your eyes, sit up nice and tall, comfortable with your legs crossed. So whether that's at the shins or at the ankles, you can always have your legs extended out in front of you. Yeah, good. Draw your chin down towards your chest. See if you can lengthen the back of your neck, your spine a little bit more. Roll your left ear to your left shoulder. And chin comes back in towards your chest, right ear, right shoulder. Good. Chin comes in. And then just find some movement that feels good for your neck. You can stay with the swaying side to side. You can find a little movement. You can find stillness. Take a few more breaths here, just listening to your body. See if you can feel it in other places besides your neck. And letting the movement feel good. One more breath here. Good, back to neutral. We're gonna lean to the left, lean over, yes. And then shift forward and over to the other side. Yep, so make some big circles moving around in your hips. Pause and reverse. Coming back to center, you're gonna slide your hands forward onto your knees, lean back round into your spine. Tailbone tucks, chin comes in. Make a C shape with your spine, with your back. Yeah, good. Breathe in here. Exhale, pull your belly button in more. Good, inhale to shift forward. Lift your chest, lift your head, stick your tailbone back. Breathe here. Lengthening through your spine. Try and widen through your front torso, the front of your torso. And then as you exhale, you can round into your spine, tailbone tucks, and moving just like that. I want you to focus on your pelvis. So the pelvis tucking under as you round, and the pelvis sticking back as you find a back bend. So move in your legs, move on that blanket, shifting forward and back. Yes, beautiful. Your pelvis is like a pitcher, right? You're pouring it back. Pitcher of margaritas. We're going there because it's starting to feel like spring. It could be green beer. We're so close to that. Sure. Okay, come back to neutral. Close your eyes. So feel your pelvis in neutral. And actually stick your tailbone back. So the front of your pelvis comes forward, tailbone comes back. And then tuck it under without using your whole spine. Right, do that a couple times. And then find neutral. So draw your belly in. You're feeling yourself pressing down into your sit bones. Draw your front ribs in. Draw your shoulders slightly back. Yes, beautiful. Sometimes we have to draw the front ribs in though as we do that. So it's a little balance. Please reach your arms forward and up. Left hand's going to come down. You'll side bend over to the wall. Good. Anchor your right hip down. Good. Inhale back up to center and exhale over to the other side. Yes. Anchor your left hip down. Good. Back up to center, over to the left. Yes, this time take your hand to the back of your head, twist your ribs, twist your head up towards the sky, keep lengthening through your elbow. Draw your bottom elbow or shoulder away from your ear. Yes, and let's see, we'll come back up to center, over to the other side. Hand to the back of your head. Yes, so that bottom arm, roll your elbow in towards your body and forward. Does that make sense? Yes. So there's an opening of your shoulder. Turn your chest, turn your ribs up towards the sky, press your head into your hand. Open up through your elbow. Good. Back up to center. Bring your hands behind you. Unwind your legs, feet as wide as your mat. Windshield wiper side to side. Okay, remember which leg was in front. We're gonna do the other one. If it feels awkward, you're doing it right. Yeah. So reach your arms up towards the sky. And left hand comes down, side bend over. Draw your shoulder away from your ear, elbow bends. Yes, widen through your collarbones. Yeah, good. Feel that lift and lengthen up and over. Don't rest on shoulder. Don't rest on your shoulder. Yeah. Hand to the back of your head. Twist open and lengthen. Good. And then we're going to slowly bring the elbow forward and twist down towards the mat, towards that left arm. Inhale to open. And exhale to twist. Move like this with your breath. Finding that length through your torso, but still widening through your collarbones and your shoulders. Good. One more, and we'll hold there. Keep pressing down into your bottom hand to help you twist. And then come back to neutral, up towards the sky. Good. And then please forward fold. You can come onto fingertips. So you can walk your hands forward, sway a little side to side. See if you feel a difference between left and right. Good. Then walk your hands back in. Both arms go up. Right hand comes down, side bend over. Hand to the back of your head. Yes, lengthen through your armpit, through your elbow. Good. And then nice and slowly twisting down toward your bottom arm. And open up. Find some resistance in your legs pressing down into the mat and that bottom hand as you're twisting and opening. Keep guiding that bottom shoulder away from your ears. Good. You'll pause when you've got the elbow pulling down. Press your head into your hand a little bit more. Try and widen through your upper back. Breathe. Beautiful. Then slowly unwind. Come back up. Good. This time we'll reach the arms up towards the sky. Turn your palms to face up. Lift through the heels of your hands. Lift through your chest, through your chin. Head comes forward. Cactus your arms. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, slowly cactus your arms. Yes. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, cactus. Beautiful. Reach your arms up towards the sky. And then we're going to exhale, come on to all fours. So you'll roll forward, get yourself there. You can readjust your blanket. We will come to all fours. And you're also going to grab your blocks and bring them towards the front of the mat. Yeah. So have your blocks under your hands or in your hands at the medium height. And you're all fours. Yeah. Yep. And then just sway a little side to side. Yep. Make sure your knees feel okay here. You can always double fold your mat or add a blanket. Good. Coming back to center, we're going to draw the left foot forward, still keeping it hip distance apart, and then just shift forward and back. Yes. Shifting forward and back, stretching into your hips, your legs, your feet. Get lighter on your hands, so more work in your legs. Beautiful. Next time you press your hips back, pause there. You'll balance on your heel, so the front of your foot is lifted. Flex your foot. See if you can draw your toes towards your face. Walk your blocks back a little bit. Let's actually walk them high to start. Yes. Lift and lengthen. Get as tall as you can. Get light on your fingertips. Yes. Feel that length and opening in your front body and your side ribs. And then you can begin to hinge at your hips, reach your chest towards your toes, and then you can adjust your blocks as well. You can bend your elbows, move the blocks, lower them. Imagine you could drag your heel back. Yeah, so you really feel the engagement of your hamstrings and breathe into that stretch. You can always bend your knee a little bit if it's too intense. Right, we're going for feeling good. We're going for breathing into it. Relax your shoulders, relax your head. Good, and then please shift forward, bend your front knee, readjust your blocks so they're underneath your hands. Let's step back into all fours. Bring your knees together and then sway your hips from side to side. Yeah. Sway as far over to one side, pick up the other knee. Rocking side to side. Little sneaky obliques for you. And then back to center. Knees go as wide as your hips, feet as wide as your hips. And then please step your right foot in between your blocks. Yeah, you can use the hand to assist it there. And shifting forward and back. Yeah, and you can also adjust your blocks. Feel stable and feel sturdy here. What you got, Johnny? Can you share? Get a little lighter on your hands. Yes, good. And then hips go back, straighten your front leg. You can always readjust your front foot as well. You want your hips level. Walk your blocks back, bring them to the higher height. Lift your torso. Lift, get really long like you were standing up as tall as you can. Yes, good. And like you could drag your front heel back, you're going to begin to fold forward, activating your front leg. Again, you can adjust your blocks. Where do you need attention, stretch, kindness, breath, ease? Try and draw your outer hip down to the mat. That right outer hip, get longer from your hip to your armpit. One more breath. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And fold on your exhale. And then lift up to bring your foot back. Knees come together, sway side to side. Walk your knees to a little wider than hip distance apart, big toes touch. Sit your hips back toward your heels. You're going to draw your blocks in, set your elbows on your blocks. You can walk your elbows forward, and then your hands can come to the back of your neck, upper back. Let your head melt down towards the mat. Yeah, to intensify this stretch, you walk your elbows in towards each other and forward. Hips don't have to touch the mat. Breathe deeply here. Gratitude for this moment, for this life. For this breath. You're welcome to find a little movement, swing in your hips. And slowly press yourself up. And come back to all fours. You can move your blocks off to the side. And we're actually going to set up our blankets. We're going to prepare them for one of our final poses before we come onto our back. So you're going to take one of your blankets. Yeah, and bring it as it starts like this from the stack. And you're just going to fold it in half like a hot dog fold. Yeah. You can put that to the side, do the same to the other blanket, hot dog fold, and put that to the side as well. So you have them handy. And when you're ready, you're going to come to lie on your mat and have your a block handy as well. And come to lie back. Yeah. Block within reaching distance. Bend your knees. Good. Bring your knees and feet to hip distance apart. You're going to press your feet down to lift your hips up and bring the block underneath your sacrum. Yeah, you can go any height, medium, low, or high. Just make sure your tailbone is supported. Once you feel supported, you're welcome to extend your legs up towards the sky. Yeah, and with legs up, you can find some movements. You can circle your ankles, you can bend your knees, you can rock side to side. Neck and shoulders relax. Just finding what feels good in your body. Take a few more breaths here. And when you're ready, starting to bring your feet back onto the mat. Pause for a couple of breaths. With your feet grounded. Relax your shoulders. Good. Please slowly lift your hips up. Remove the block. Hips come down, knees come together, feet go wide. Yeah, constructive resting pose. So knees together, feet wide. You can readjust your arms. Yeah, into any shape that feels best. Feeling length in your spine. And this allows that back bend to integrate into your vertebrae. So completely relaxed here as best you can. Let life be easy in this moment. Here, supported, present. And please begin to roll to your right side. Pressing yourself up towards a seat. Yep. Yeah. Make sure your blankets are this length because we're going to use them for spine. You're going to set that down the middle of your mat towards the back of your mat. And then you'll bring the other blanket on top across. So you're making a T shape. Yeah. And you're going to take your blocks and bring your blocks at the lowest height underneath your thighs. Your feet will go wider, as wide as your mat, or maybe even wider than your mat. So you've got some space there. Yeah, we're gonna go thighs. So you can get that kind of set up. You bend your knees, use your core to help lower you down. You're sitting in front of the blanket. And then your head is going to be supported by that cross blanket. You can readjust your blocks. Yeah, so it's a little self-massage in your thighs. Support in your spine, your low back, your mid back, and neck. Do a full body scan from your toes to the crown of your head and out your fingers. And bring the awareness down into your feet. And you're going to squeeze your feet. Make toe fist, squeeze, 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 tight, tight, tight. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Awareness to your calves. Squeeze your calves as best you can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Awareness into your glutes. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Inhale into your thighs, the fronts of your thighs as best you can. And relax. Squeeze your core, your belly, hug your ribs in. And relax. Good. Try and squeeze your back muscles, your wings, squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And relax. Squeeze your hands, make fists, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Yes, squeeze. And relax. Squeeze your hands, squeeze your biceps, your triceps, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your whole arm. And relax. Scrunch your shoulders up towards your ears. Squeeze your shoulders. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And relax. Scrunch your nose, scrunch your face. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Clench your jaw. And relax. Squeeze your whole body. Hands, feet, arms, legs, glutes, core, face, shoulders. You are here. Let your breath be easy. Letting your efforts be as minimal as possible. Be as comfortable as you can. So you can always wiggle, you can always adjust. We'll be here for a few more minutes and then I'll invite you to adjust the props if you'd like. And just being with this shape. Connected to your breath, your mood, your essence in its simplest form. You can stay like this with these props, or if you'd like to come into a more comfortable shape, you're welcome to adjust that now. Please begin to bring awareness back to your breath. You can start to find some movement in your fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, bending your knees, Pressing your back firmly towards the props. And then slowly rolling to one side. And with eyes closed, press yourself up to a seat. And you can bring your hands to where it feels most comfortable to end your practice, on your lap, at your heart, wherever it feels best. Give yourself gratitude for making time to take care of you. And please send gratitude to those around you, those on the screen with you, for sharing their energy. From my heart to yours, namaste.